Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul, and I am a nerd, and you are lucky enough to be here for the December 2019 PracticeMaster Virtual User Group meeting from Attorney Computer Systems, where today we are talking about all the exciting things that are new in PracticeMaster in 2020. And so, without any further ado, I'm going to press the right button here and get PracticeMaster up on the screen, and I'm going to let Mary Jo tell us about it. Mary Jo?
Okay. So just a couple of new features in PracticeMaster that I want you to be aware of. First off, when we add an event now, we actually have a checkbox for you to, oops, I'm trying to get it to open, there we go, to select that it's an actual all-day event. This kind of lines up now more with Outlook and how you can do that. You don't have to put in, you know, the 11:59 to 12, whatever. If I just select all day, it automatically puts in the 12 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. for me. So it's just a little box down here that says all day event, and that syncs Outlook as an all day event as well. So that's new in version 2020. Something small, but still kind of a cool big feature when you don't remember which way you have to put that start and end time in if you're like me. Something else that's new in PracticeMaster is our ability to run the search index rebuild while people are still in the software. And I'm sorry, I'm clicking on that to close it, and it just doesn't want to listen. There we go. Okay. So up here under search, now you may or may not be the one in charge of doing this, but if you are, you know that if we go to the search button and go to search settings, it immediately will tell us, you know, who's in the software and that you can, or, you know, got to get them out before you can even access or look at this box. Now you can come in and you are able to rebuild the contact index. Now it will not let you do the email or the linked documents yet while people are still in, but you still can do the actual conflict in the contact index while users are in the system. And you can also get over to the index properties to, you know, select what you want at that time as well. So they've opened that up. It's not quite as exclusive as it used to be. So that will help you get some of these little maintenance processes done while users are still in there. So there was that one. And then finally, the last thing that we have that I want to show you real quick is in the Matter Manager, they have added the ability, and I'm sorry, I keep clicking, but things don't happen for me. There we go. Maybe it's going, I'm not sure. Okay. They have added the miscellaneous 1, 2, and 3 description lines up here. Now this particular one doesn't have anything defined, so let's see if I can find somebody. You know, I don't know if I added anybody in here with miscellaneous 1, 2, and 3 lines. So let's look at a couple here and see. Yeah, I don't know if we added any in there, Paul. I'm not sure which user would have it, but just know that the miscellaneous 1, 2, and 3 lines are now going to show in here. Just like if you're used to in Client Manager and tabs, you can see the miscellaneous lines in the Client Manager. They've just made it consistent now, so that now we can see the miscellaneous 1, 2, and 3 lines in Matter Manager. So they'll show up right over here in this little column underneath the email address, and you'll be able to see that there. So those will pull in automatically. Paul? Don't forget to unmute yourself, Paul. We can't hear you.
You did it last time. I'm doing it this time. Can you hear me now? I feel like that guy.
Yes, you're back.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm going to show you how to get in to find out what it is that's new and improved in the software. So I'm going to take you up to Help. And what's new? This will always now get you into release notes. It's taking me into different things along the way. This is how it's going to be now. Now, you'll notice first off, we're in version 2020. And so what that means is that every year now, we will have a new version. So we have not quite entered the year 2020, and yet we already have version 2020 out. The plan will be that in August or September of 2020, they will release for beta testing version 2021. And sometime before the end of the year, probably in November or maybe early December, it will be out and shipping to new customers and released to those that are wanting it as an update. So there's not quite as much new in the software each time, but we're not waiting 2.5, 3 years to get a new update. We're only waiting a year. And so when you first come in to Help About, what you'll see is everything that's changed since the initial release of 2020. So they added a badge to check for updates. Okay, there didn't used to be a little red circle that tells you how many updates there are next to the check for updates icon that shows up right over here. So if we had check for updates out on our recent actions or pinned actions and there was a new update, you would see it there. Another thing they added new is that if there's a new update and you're a person that's allowed to check for updates, you will also then see a little banner up at the top that says, hey, there's a new update. And it'll be one of those very innocuous, very small banners, but it'll extend all the way across and there'll be a little X to get rid of it. If we go back to the release notes, added drill down functionality in the billing dashboard for Platinum systems. So what that means is that we can go to the dashboard and drill down. Well, we were always able to do that. I'm trying to remember what that means. Hold on one second. Added drill down to tabs. Oh, that's tabs. We're in PracticeMaster. But these are all the things that have changed or been enhanced since 2020 was originally released. So here's the initial pre-release. Here's some things that came out before then. Here's where it's released to everybody. And then here's a couple things that were changed since it was released. Increase the number of digits in the check number field from 8 to 9 in trust accounting. That's something that's changed since 2020 was originally released. If you click on this article for version 2020 introduction to new features, you'll get taken to this screen where you can see everything. And so I'm going to go down to PracticeMaster. These are the things that Mary Jo's already covered. If we go down to all software, we will find that we've got that notification when the updates are out. And we've also got updated help. Now what that means is, first off, it looks nice. So if we go into help and then help topics, you'll notice this is launching right in for me in Chrome, Google Chrome. But whatever browser you have is your default browser. You'll also notice that it looks a little bit more modern. It's organized a little differently, but the same sort of functionality. We've got contents and index, and we've got search. But since it's opening up in a browser, if you ever got that message that says you can't go into help because you don't have a locally installed copy, that's gone. So if you ever got that message and didn't ultimately figure out how to get rid of it, which we can help you with also, but it's no longer an issue. Help comes up no matter where you are, no matter how the software was installed. As long as you're in the software and you click that help button, you'll end up looking at this help. That's really all that we've got that's new. We just did the tabs 3 virtual user group meeting about an hour ago. There was a little bit more in there, quite a bit more in tabs and AP and GL and trust. So if you're a user of tabs for the financial software and you didn't get a chance to see that webinar, you'll want to take a look at it too, because it was that virtual user group meeting went into all the details there as well. Of course, it wouldn't be a virtual user group meeting if I didn't take you to attorneycomputersystems.com. Let me just get there. And remember that there's an S on the end of the word systems. And if you click on the word videos or simply hover and get the list, I'm going to click on the word, you will get taken, if you click on the word, to a bigger list that will then ultimately take you through to each of these individual titles. But I want to explain that we have 6 titles. We have 4 that are live. We have 3 virtual user group meetings plus the coffee pot webinars. You know what a virtual user group meeting is because you're in one. We have one for tabs, one for PracticeMaster, where you are, one for WorldDocs. And we also have my monthly coffee pot webinar series where I invite somebody in from a company that has a third-party company, I should say, that has a product that enhances the value of one of our core products, tabs, PracticeMaster, WorldDocs, NetDocuments, CosmoLex. And we talk to them about their company, about their product, about their pricing. We ask them questions. We show whatever level of integration there is because that's usually an integral part. So that's the coffee pot webinars. All 4 of these are live events. These 2 are pre-recorded. Mary Jo has her eBytes video series. These are really, really short. They're 2 or 3 minutes long. We take something really cool that we think everybody needs to know and that we know that we can explain that quickly, and we record a video about it. Mary Jo currently records 3 of these each month, 1 on tabs, 1 on PracticeMaster, 1 on WorldDocs. For things that take longer to explain, we have the Paul and Mary Jo show, and that's really just 1 being recorded a month, but they're longer. We'll take 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes to go deep into the weeds on something that requires a little bit more time than an eBytes might afford with their 2 or 3 minute format. Now, all of this is changing, so we're taking a hiatus for the first quarter of 2020. We will not be putting out any content. We will probably still be emailing you every month like you've come to expect, but we'll be sending you links to pre-recorded versions of our most popular virtual user group meetings or coffee pot webinars or eBytes or whatever. Come April, we will have an enhanced and expanded format. We're going to have bugs for the 2 new products that we have, NetDocuments and CosmoLex. We'll start recording eBytes for NetDocuments and CosmoLex as well. We're going to bring other people in our company into this. Mary Jo and I have shared the spotlight for, gosh, Mary Jo, what, a decade, and we're getting yeah, a little bit jaded in our stardom, and so we're going to share that with everybody else. So you'll see Leanne and Sharon and Gwen and others giving recording eBytes, recording. Well, we're not going to call it the Paul and Mary Jo Show anymore. We'll have to come up with a new title, and we'll see virtual user group meetings that aren't just led by me and Mary Jo. So look for that in the second quarter of 2020. Be sure to watch all the greatest tips that we're putting out during the first quarter of 2020. And most importantly, have a good rest of the day, a good rest of the month, a good rest of the year, and certainly a good and very happy holiday season. And we'll see you in 2020. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.